folks that are stealing from you. And that's the way. That's one of the ways to do it. We all know, again, with that meth problem, the pay-by-the-week hotels. We all know those are drug, or you say, I guess, drug-infested, or just, I mean, it's there. You know, we all know. Well, let's focus on that. I'm not saying to violate the property owner right that owns the place, but we know it's there. Park a car there. Then the guy coming to buy it or sell it sees that police car. Well, I need to roll on to Floyd County or Cherokee County. I keep picking on you, Mr. Halsey, but I worked in Floyd County, so I know those guys are great at it too. So you know, and another one is fiscal transparency and responsibility. Why can't you on that Facebook page or on that interactive website page put what our budget is, what we were allotted, what we spent, and update it monthly? You know, now I may not be able to show you every itemized purchase or every itemized expense, but if it's, you know, if we had $100,000 for fuel, then you see by July we're at $50,000. You know, so you see where it's being spent. It's your money, it's not mine. You need to be able to see it anytime you want to see it. I also want, under the fiscal category, I want to restructure the Sheriff's Department. I think there's a lot of things with manpower shifts and so forth. One of the things I kind of joke about, I said the Sheriff's Department has a major problem. They got too many majors. I counted 5. If I counted right on their human resources list, there's 5. I want to take that down to 2. Last year, the Sheriff's Department budget had to be amended by $136,000. If I just eliminate 2 majors, you've made that up just in salary, not counting benefits. It's just, to me, it's too brass heavy. There's too many chiefs and not enough Indians. And I drew out a plan in my head just real quick one evening, just saying, okay, I can see on their human resources list how many of each position they have, but let's get rid of those. And if I build it the way I want, I can eliminate those high brass places and even add more folks to the road and stuff, and still have, just in salaries, a $60,000 difference savings, even with more folks on the road. So it's all about that. Let's make sure every dime is counted and spent properly. Interagency agreements. You know, if Cartersville City is buying police cars, why not work with Cartersville City if we need them to, and increase our buying power? You know, the more you buy, the less it'll be. You know, why be independent of these other agencies? We're all working together. We're all working for you. And so, now, they say the first part of the campaign I'm supposed to be all talking about myself, and eventually I got to talk about my opponent. So today I'm going to make my first statement about my opponent. I think he's done a great job initially. I voted for him. When he first came into office, I think we thought a lot alike, a lot on the same page, but I think he's lost that focus, and I'm not sure if Bartow County is his main priority anymore. People have told me, and even some people in this room have heard him say, I will be sheriff as long as I decide to be. Well, it's not his choice, it's your choice. And if you let me and put me in that office, and I get to that point, I hope you find somebody to push me out of there, to wake me up, because we're here for you. So that's me. That integrity first, that says it all. There's no questions. The whole politics game's new to me, so I'm not a politician, and I'm learning how to force myself into conversations, because I'm not typically that person. But I am a manager and a planner, and that's what I want to bring to the Sheriff's Department. So, question-wise, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, with the way the budget, the counties, all the county budgets and whatnot are, what's your position on using prisoners and people that are incarcerated as far as work crews and whatnot, so they can help and assist so we can still have... That's
actually a topic I skipped over somehow. It's right there in the fold of the paper. I've promoted a tough jail. If you've seen Sheriff Joe out in Arizona with his work details, he's got the pink prison jumpsuits in his tent city. Now, whether Bartow County is ready for a tent city or not, I can't say, but I am all about every available person. You know, because of sentencing requirements. You know, some can't go outside. Some have medical reasons, but to me, every available person ought to be outside that door every morning, out here working. With the school system, for instance, we had a trailer that was vandalized over a holiday break, 2 days before we're supposed to come back to school. And I mean, everything in that trailer was turned upside down. They poured cooking oil or something all over everything. And we had to pay custodians and that teacher to come in and get that room ready. Why couldn't I be able to pick that phone up and say, hey, I need about 6 prisoners down here. I've got a job for them. No matter what day it is. Sunday, you know, preacher, I'm telling you, but, you know, I think the inmates ought to be out there if we need them on Sunday.
I'll sing while they work.
That's right. I'll play the drums. So yeah, when I first started in law enforcement, I worked in a jail. I worked with the Augusta City Jail, which was a municipal jail. We had roughly 120 inmates, and every day we sent out work crews. We might have 20 to 25 inmates left in the jail. You know, so then you reduce your manpower cost too, because you're not having to supervise them. But yes, I'm all about work details. Yes, sir.
Second Amendment issues the right to carry concealed and open.
You can take it anywhere you want it. I was telling some folks earlier before we started. When I first started in policing, I dealt with so many, you know, thugs with guns, and we had problems trying to track down where the guns came from and all this stuff. And I would have said, you know, let's barcode these things. Let's find, you know, everybody should be registering their guns. But here I am 20 years later. And to me, if everybody had a gun, it'd all be safer. Because I have yet to find anybody that had a carry permit to ever commit a crime with that weapon. I don't know of anyone. I heard a statistic they were talking about when they eased up the carry permit laws. Law enforcement, you know, law enforcement, there are going to be more law enforcement officers killed or shot or injured. There's been one police officer that's been shot by a person that had a carry permit. And that person caught that police officer in bed with his wife. So I don't count that. So, you know, I've even told folks at school, you know, I had some coaches when I worked in Cobb County say, hey, you know, I got weapons in my vehicles. Are you going to make us take them home? I said, no, as long as if it hits the fan, as long as you're shooting the same way I am, I don't care who you are. So yes, I'm all about everybody ought to be able to carry wherever and whenever. Any more? Yes, sir.
When running against an incumbent, for most of the voters, there usually has to be some really big overriding something. If you had to put one thing down, why we should vote for you over your opponent that's an incumbent already, what would that be?
I have several things I've discovered so far. The biggest one to me is the nepotism and favoritism. I've heard from several current deputies. They've written me letters, they've emailed me, things like, I've worked here 10 years. I have great evaluations, I do my job, but I don't ever see my chance of getting promoted because I'm not related or in that clique of friends. And again, that's back to the integrity first. You put those people in those positions that deserve and do great jobs in those positions, not because you go fishing with them or you're related to them. And so yes, that's part of that restructuring. There's some great people there. There's some great knowledge and great experience, and several of them, and I think the world of. But there are some that I see need, you know, it's retirement time. Anyone else? Thank you.